Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Simtrack Broadcasting. We are here with none other than the National Oval Racing Association at an odd track, you might think, for Cup cars to be visiting. I don't believe these guys have been here very often, especially in the Cup cars. Stella joining alongside me tonight. Tell me a little bit about this track, and tell me why we normally haven't seen any kind of Cup cars out here. Is this just added to the schedule, or is this just something they've been
Yes.
kind of pushing to get a hold of?
Oh, they've been toying with it. NASCAR has been at this track in the form of Xfinity cars and trucks, and they even have the flat little Formula One guys. But nope, this is the first time NASCAR Cup Series has been at Iowa. So that being said, the fastest lap time on this track was set on Sunday with the pole sitter Kyle Larson. Thus, his qualifying lap record of being 23.08 will be what we're watching for in qualifying. See
All
if
right.
somebody can beat it.
Yep, well, we're definitely waiting to see if anybody can beat as we go ahead and pull up our times for our fastest guys out there already. It looks like Dylan Banks will be on top of the chart. Dustin Kaleba and Jacob Malone will sit second and third. 6 seconds left here in qualifying. Appreciate you guys joining us here just in time here at Iowa. As this has been going, as I personally see it, this is going to be a fantastic race. Short track, really about that .88 of a mile. So just under a mile, these guys are going to be kind of pushing around here and seeing what they can do here tonight. But they will have 210 laps to try to push it down, pedal to the metal here. Stages at 42 and 126. Stella, make sure my numbers are correct here. 60% fueling, and I believe we also have 6 sets of tires down in the pit. 7th set will be on the cars. Of course, no fast repair, so these guys have got to be careful. They've spent a little bit of time running open wheels here lately in the Indy cars, so these guys should know that they need to make a push to be fast out there, to stay off of each other, and not try to roll each other over here tonight.
Yeah, the one thing I was watching was we were looking at a 21 mile per hour wind earlier. I see now it's broken down to 10 miles an hour. So some of that practice we were watching may have had something to do with that. I mean, that looking at the directional status, that would be blowing into the grandstands, given those 30,000 spectators, a nice whiff of burnt rubber and exhaust fumes. But that might affect their exit on 2 in the backstretch because of that minimal banking, and perhaps maybe the exit of 4 pushing the drivers into the wall. So let's see how they compensate on that tonight.
Yeah, well, we're definitely hoping that is going to be the case here. Stella, we are taking a look here at iRacing and trying to see if we see a little something going on out there. If you wouldn't mind floating down to Flatline Motorsports and seeing what they have to say or allow here tonight about what is going on out there. I know a couple of things have been moving around out there, guys pushing their way around and trying to make things happen out here tonight. But hopefully, this is going to be a at least a decent race here tonight. As I definitely hope to see that is the case. Really, I'm trying to figure out what in the world is going on out there and see how it's
So
going.
you wondering because they're not gridding? Is that what I'm asking? Okay.
So we are sitting here trying to figure out what in the world is going on out there, seeing if we can find out what happened out there on the track. I'm definitely excited to see. Right now, Dylan Banks and Dustin Kaleba, Jacob Malone, and Vincent Arthur were sitting 1, 2, 3, and 4 out there right before we were getting ready to grid here at Iowa. Tough track that we're going to see, as she was talking earlier about those winds being a little tricky out there tonight. Now, I definitely expect to see something much of the sort out there where we're going to see guys who are fast, guys who are having trouble out there. And I'm interested to know, is this really going to be the best spot for these guys to be running? Right now, I'm seeing Tom Senchak was running out there in the 9th spot. And I don't know if that is actually going to kind of play to his advantage here, and figure out how this is really going to come about here in Newton, Iowa. Right now, that track configuration, that pit speed limit still sits at 40 miles an hour, and we are still toying around seeing if we can find out what in the world is going on with our guys out there. Stella, you got an update for us?
Yes, they are clear. They are doing their pace laps, preparing. They have gridded, and they're not having any problems that we are.
Okay, well, we are definitely going to see if we can undo this and see if I can kick it off at a better angle here. And we're trying to see what in the world is going on, and possibly see what I can do to get on to the next run. And Stella, this is a little bit tricky here, but hold on, guys, and we're going to try to see if we.
Well, welcome back to Simtrax Broadcasting. We had a bit of a hiccup and a technical glitch, but we have started green flag racing. And what you're watching right now is Jacob Malone in the lead, followed by the number 16 of Dustin Kaliba, and Vincent Arthur is in third place. Now, surprisingly, our pole sitter is already fallen back by 3 places. Dylan Banks is in fourth. So let's take a look. Oh, there he is. He's got a lovely purple car tonight. I have to admit, I like that. There's Cody Smith behind him in his number 20 Home Depot. And Cody Reeder behind him in the 17 car, his Venku Motors. Very good. I wonder if they are having any of that wind trouble. Not quite sure whether that came through earlier. But we've been notified that we didn't miss anything, and it has been green from the start. So we've just had a few people moving up. Talking about moving up, Kyle Rochelle in the number 27 has already moved up 6 places. Now, whether he was purposefully starting in the back to see just what to expect in this on this course, don't know, but he's making the best of it now. He's up to 19th. Won't be any time. Josh Conover also up 3 points here, 3 places. He's in 9th. And 2 people that are just holding their own, Jake Christenberry and Ryan Patty in 7th and 8th. Those are 2 of the 3 Toyotas in the top 10 tonight. Looks like Fords are leading off with Jacob Malone and Dustin Kleba. So followed by 2 Chevys of Vincent Arthur and Dylan Banks.
Not bad there, Stella. Not bad. I think we finally got all the kinks left out here. Guys, I do appreciate you guys holding on there for a little bit of a technical difficulty. iRacing decided to drop a little bit of service the same way I dropped my ex after I found out she was moving on, baby. But we are live here at Iowa, definitely keeping it lively here in the booth. Stella kicking it off here, just trying to make sure you're bringing you guys a little bit up to speed of what in the world is going on out here at the track. You may be guessing, man, we kind of stared at the wrong screen here a little bit, but 18 laps underway. We've been green the entire way, and already the cars are starting to jumble up out there on the track. Toyotas are starting to separate as we had a good chunk of them starting in the top 10. Chevrolets, oddly enough, are the ones rolling here in the back. But speaking of rolling, looks like Ryan Patty already has some trouble here as he's heading down pit lane. We'll keep an eye out there, and we'll see how we can get this done. Right now, looks like
it
Jay
started
out there
with
said,
him hitting
wow,
the wall.
Patrick. Yeah, we got a little something going on here, and it looks like Baumler, he ends up backwards, and I think no caution. So it looks like Baumler ends up in some trouble here. Let's take a look. All right, iRacing, do your thing as whoop. Matthew George gets a little bit of it there.
He sure did, and that was a hard hit to the inside wall, too.
Yeah.
But it looks like Matthew George came out of it pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoop, there goes the bumper.
Okay, I take it back. Oh.
Yeah, hard shot there from George, so it ends up slinging off here. Baumler ends up down. And I believe right now, the number 5 is heading down pit road now. I'm thinking too much damage. You notice the wheel cocked on that right front. I don't think it's enough damage to take him out of the race, but he is going to see if he can keep it going. Jake Christenberry, I think he may be our next victim here. That one brings out a caution.
It does.
Whew, boy, I'll tell you what, guys, I don't know about you, but we've already had almost 3 spinouts here. Ryan Patty heads down pit lane. I don't think Ryan Patty did anything. It just kind of ends up heading down pit lane early. I'm hoping there wasn't any sort of an issue out there.
Ryan Patty made some contact with the wall earlier. He's probably taken advantage of this caution to get in quick and start making some repairs.
Yeah. Right now, I am showing only one driver did not seem to take behind the wheel tonight, which would be Ryan Ferraro. Hoping not serving any sort of a penalty here, Stella, which a driver who was serving a penalty, which we did not see last week, Aaron Krolick. He is still on a suspension out here, or a probation.
No, probation.
And he has finished his suspension, so now he is back out there on the track in the 01 Chevrolet. sitting 10th. So right now, not too bad here as he slings up to the front. Let's take a look at Jake Christenberry. As Christenberry gets loose here. Let's take a look. 93 machine. Ooh, Conover. There he goes. Little tap and finishes him off. But you can't blame Conover at all. I'd have tapped him too. Let's just go ahead and get it over with. Or otherwise, Conover may have had to lock it down and get rear-ended there, but it looks like everybody seems to survive. Oddly enough, pit road is where everybody's heading down right now. I'm interested to see right now is the qualifying positions the guys are taking. You're going to notice a lot of the leaders stopping in. Dylan Banks had fallen back as he had the pole here tonight, so he is last to get in the pit box of our front three guys here. So right now, I think Dylan Banks would have to fuel and go or only take right sides and sling back out if you wanted to do something. But Stella, we're looking at stages starting at lap 42 here. So
yes,
we're past the halfway point here. So taking a set of tires this early in the race, kind of a gutsy call here, especially when one driver decided to stay out, and that's Dylan Dunford.
Yeah, I'm looking at only 3 fellas so far that chose to do fuel and no tires. Everybody else looks like they took 4 tires and fuel.
Yep, Cody Eldred was one of those drivers. Another one was Nick Geilis. Geilis had a little trouble out here at the track and at the Indy race as well. Yes, Nick Geilis, I did tune in and watch your stream. Little trouble out there. Hopefully we'll see you better at the Indy 500. And Adam Kulikowski in the number 45 Toyota. He's back here in that 18th spot as the Choose Cone car is about to get ready out there on the track. And, of course, we always love showing you guys the Choose Cone car, who has Jacob Gladelick in there in the 199 Toyota. Hopefully his car survives here tonight. Corey Harville is alive, but he is unfortunately down in the pits. I don't know if Harville has suffered some issues out there, Stella. Let me know if right now if that Coors Light machine is down and out. Right now I'm showing over about 2 minutes down pit lane here. So far, Ryan Patty joining him as he comes down pit road here. It looks like for another visit.
That's his second in, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any sort of tires being taken here. And
I hope he didn't come down while it was closed earlier.
Yeah, that would be a bummer. Looks like back out he's going to go. He's going to squeeze out just in time of the pace car here. So squeezing out that rookie of Ryan Patty in the 56 Toyota. 23rd is where he's going to sit. But he is trying to hurry up and get past that Choose Cone car. All right.
All right.
Driver's going ahead and coming off the turn here, getting ready to figure out if the inside or the outside line is going to be the choice. It looks like outside line for our first 2 guys, but that should have been Matthew George out there. Driver, I believe, who's already a lap down and suffering here tonight. Ended up with a boatload of trouble. Right now, we'll see if this can continue. Right now, as they chop away here. Ooh, close call.
I am fascinated that Dylan Dunford did not come down, yet he's all the way in the back in 22nd.
I believe he was a lap down.
Oh, okay. So he's choosing to stay out to get his lap back and then just pit in 42.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. This is why I have you around.
Yep. George is lap down. I believe Corey Harville is down too. It should put Dylan Dunford back on the lead lap here. So he will go to the back of the longest line. And we'll be back under green here in just a moment. A driver, I think, who's going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder is the number 16 out there of Dustin Kaliba. This guy's been having a lot of hard time out here in NORA, trying to get some of these wins under his belt, start chipping away at these guys before heading into the playoffs. Alrighty, pace truck is off, Dustin Kaliba is on it, and away we go here to get lap number 28 kicked off here. Malone already being heavily pressured from behind by Vincent Arthur. Arthur gives him a huge shove, and apparently the Wake Up Narcolepsy car is trying to get Jacob Malone to wake up, especially on that restart. So side by side is Jacob Malone and Dylan Banks here sitting for that second spot. Ooh, Banks is going to have to turn rotation. Malone going to have to cut in. And right now, Stella, you remember Malone and Vincent Arthur have already had words and they've already fixed a few things. But man, it's almost like every race, these are the two. They're side by side here. Contact, Vincent Arthur loose, and down to the bottom. Vincent Arthur loses the chase here for third, and now he's going to try to hold on to fourth as Cody Smith pressures him from the outside.
Yeah, that was some good moves. I'm glad they held it together. That could have been a real mess with everybody behind him there. Now, as far as Dustin Kleba goes, several times here he has been on the podium, but never quite.
Shot to the wall. Cody Smith straight into the wall.
Darn.
No faster pair, and it looks like it's going to take more than Home Depot to fix that one.
Yes, he had to take a tow. It looks like perhaps a blown motor with all that black smoke out the front.
He took a straight shot directly into the wall.
And we're going to get to see
what happens here. This is him shooting into one. So we can pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Whoop! Boom!
Shoot. Yeah, that's painful.
Yeah, that was a hit.
Yes, it was.
Here's from Aaron Krolick's machine here, looking up at the 20. Man.
Yeah, he had a tiny little loose, and then and away he went.
Not 100% sure if that was an overcorrection there. But I think, yep, you saw the pit box go, so it looks like Cody Smith is going to be taking it to the garage. Yeah, Smith not having a horrible season right now. We do wish that the 20 would return and continue racing. This is Iowa, and it is short track racing, if you would like to consider that. So there is a possibility of him being able to continue on and get some of those back. But right now, that is really going to hurt Cody Smith here pretty bad right now, as Cody Smith definitely needs to kind of be chipping in with his team out there. Stella, I don't think we've roped him into one exactly just yet, do we?
Yes. Yeah, he has had one win so far this season. Is that what you're saying?
No. Who is he teamed up with out there?
Oh.
Because I think he's out there racing by himself.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's got no teammates out there, which would definitely help. I'm not saying some people need to have their hands held.
Sweet Life Motorsports all by his lonesome.
Huh. Bummer, dude.
Yeah, at this point he does not have any extra playoff points, but he does have one win. And as I was saying earlier, Dustin Kleba is actually on the top of the by points drivers. So he has been on the podium several times, but just always the bridesmaid and never the bride. Can I use that in racing?
I guess so.
Maybe not.
If you ain't first, you're last.
No, that's bad. No, I'll use mine. That's horrible. That's what, second is first loser?
Yeah.
That's ouch.
All right, drivers working their way back around here again. I believe we should be hanging out with our Choose Cone car. Congratulations, Jacob Gladelick, for winning the choice to be in Choose Cone car for another week in a row. That's my joke out there for the Drift King, who is also tuned into the broadcast here.
I thought this would be an easier
look
watch.
How slow. These guys are almost stopped.
Yes. You'd think there was a bunch of women drivers out there can't make a decision. I'm so bad. Oh, I pick on everybody.
Come on, Jacob, do a burnout.
Drift! Drift into pit lane!
Yeah, you know as soon as he does that, it's going to extend the caution.
Oh, would it really? Ah, I was watching for it. All right.
All
What
right,
do we
enough of the
got
choose
here?
cone car. Let's get back to
30,
get back to
35 laps. Got 35 laps, 2 cautions. And stage at 42. What do you do? Go fast.
Have another caution.
No. No. There will be not another caution before 42.
All right, I would love to see it go green the rest of the way. Dustin Cleave's hardest time he's been having here tonight is just getting a solid restart, which that does not seem to be a problem yet. The way Dustin Cleva goes, he's going to try to scurry away from Jacob Malone, who's finally getting a solid breakaway here. Good job moving around Dylan Banks here. That is a solid move. Notice how Malone stays higher on the track. It definitely seems to be the better line, though. Cody Smith would beg to differ. Oh, Malone.
Ouch. All right, well, just a little redefining of the right-hand side.
Yep. All right, let's get a little closer here where Jacob Malone is taking another shot. Looks like Dylan Banks is trying to run him down. I would say, checking through practice, Dylan Banks was actually one of the fastest drivers out here. And Vincent Arthur, that is twice.
Into the wall. Oh, that hurt. That hurt my back teeth. Oh. Well, caution number 3, lap 38.
All right, we'll see if Vincent Arthur ends up in the infield car care center. Stella, I would say that I think that was the second time that we saw Vincent Arthur go to the bottom, and then the car wouldn't hold, and he rode up from our
Well,
angle.
he got a little loose and we bumped the last time, but everybody held. So, and Jay's out there counting bumpers. Shame on you. Get me in trouble. Oh, wow.
Kleba, Conover. Kleba gets away, but the 17 of Reeder, his teammate.
Reader. I was thinking of Rochelle, but yep, Reader. Yeah, that hurt. George is saying, I missed one. Yay! Sorry.
This is Conover. Oh, getting a Kralik. All right, Stella, so now you see Kralik ends up in some incident points there. Now do you punish the guy? Yeah. Now you're working it. Now you're tumbling admin. You got a guy on probation. We got some incident points. Here we go. Here we go. Get it going.
I'm just the reporter. I'm just going to tell you who hit the wall and who's taking
I'm trying to figure
tires.
out what's going on with Vincent Arthur here. It looks like he's got a solid line, and that's why I'm trying to roll back. Notice how Dylan Banks looks like almost the left front tire still riding that dotted line right there.
Yep.
You see Vincent Arthur looks like he creeps up just a little bit.
A little bit. And actually bumps, but Banks holds his line. And Arthur almost bounces off of him.
Yeah. And there's definitely contact. It's
yeah.
Making sure this isn't a netcode problem. He definitely comes up and touches him. Right there.
Link. But, yeah, but I'll tell you that grip hack Banks has is paying off. He's stuck to that track like glue. Joking, please. Thank you.
All right.
What is up with us tonight?
I don't know.
So, let's see. Out of curiosity, how are our points doing? There's stage wins. Vincent Arthur moved up 1 from last week. taking the place of Dustin Kleba. Brady Moats held his own in 4th position. Jacob Malone made a 2-step bump into the top 5 for our standings overall. Very good.
Stella, is this going to count as stage?
It should, yes. Because that was lap 38, and that's within the 5-lap range. Now, if race control wants to do different, that's up to them. But they're not even going to be back under green before stage break.
Yeah. I think the only thing I would question here is if the stage break, if that does count as stage break, Kleba comes away with the stage win, but not able to pit.
Nobody has. I mean, well, I take that back. From 14 down to 21. So those 7 drivers did come in on lap 38, 39, 40. Everybody up front is still on their original pit stop on lap 23.
Vincent Arthur's still hanging out in the pit box, and he will be for a while. Kevin Baumler, he is hanging out down there for almost 18 and a half minutes. Pace car has completed 3 laps here tonight. Well, Juice Cone. I think the pace car has done almost half. We'll see how we go. All right, let's see if we can, let's stay on board with Jacob Malone. Look at Cleveland. Boy, that sounds, I don't know about you guys, it just sounds kind of weird sitting on Jacob Malone's car there. It sounds like it's tacking it out before he's able to shift.
Ooh.
Our engine speed is going to go to Jacob Malone here.
Yeah, look at him go. Well, that's that high line you were talking about is doing so well for Cleveland. Malone says, hey, if he can do it, I can do it.
Not bad. Malone is getting a decent breakaway. Kleba is now out to over half a second. Uh-oh, bad turn here by Ryan Bird. Bird doesn't seem to get pinched here, so that's A-okay. All right, we'll see if we can keep flossing through here, as right now Aaron Kralik is doing just that. Kralik is now up to 4. Outside line, though. Now, watch Senchak. Senchak may have a little trouble there with the number 12 of Tim Harper right behind him. Harper's been on a solid roll, though. He's gaining 8 here on the night, just staying out of trouble, and it's working.
Oh.
Yep, was that Guileless? Yep, that's Guileless loose. Look at them scurry.
It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's good.
Yep, everybody scatters around. The number 3 does come loose.
Outstanding.
Chevrolet having a hard time here tonight. He does hold on to it, though. No whip back. I think he started feeling what everybody else was feeling out there. Is just that little overcorrection. And the tires want to hook and send you to the wall. Not bad there by Guileless. Unfortunately, it was his highest spot of the night. He does lose a boatload of positions going down now. Let's check back in on Thomas Walter. Walter up to 9th. He has got a giant gaggle of cars in front of him here. There was a deal out there. I do believe there is no shifting. Check up.
Yeah. I'm watching the smoke and wondering.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Moats came up and made a little contact with the wall there.
Yeah.
Moats on a 14 position gain here tonight. 19 Chevrolet rocking and rolling. Oh man, does he give Harper a push?
Surpassed only by Kyle Rochelle, up 17 points.
Yeah, he was actually hanging out a couple spots behind him. Here's the 27. Yep. He's popping into the screen. Right now, Stellan, we've seen a lot of Kyle Rochelle. He works his way up through the field and then just kind of gets obliterated in the wrong
Yes.
spot. So right now,
Yes.
boy, did you see that bump those guys are hitting between 1 and 2?
There is something out there. Yeah, I'm waiting to see a little airborne action.
Yeah, there is one actually exiting 4 as well. There's a decent little hump. If guys don't hit it quite right, it'll kind of bump them around a little bit out there.
And looking back at my paperwork, I'm not seeing Rochelle on a podium as of yet. He was came in third on a stage 3 at Charlotte. But yeah, but he's in the top 10 for standings, so it's slow and steady wins the race.
That it is. Speaking of slow and steady, Dylan Banks has fallen down to 7th. I'm not sure if he's slow and steady losing some positions here, or if we're just doing a little bit of tire conservation. We've seen in other leagues actually a comment out there in the chat that there's some, that everything kind of goes well and everything kind of gets fixed up. But Stella, we're kind of looking at this whole race so far, and we've seen a few, a little bit of trouble out there, and some guys have really trying to stick it out here. How do you keep your head down and keep charging forward?
The way every other NASCAR driver does who hasn't won in like forever, like maybe Brian Blaney, who just won this last Sunday. I mean, he hadn't won this season, I don't think. So.
All right, well, we'll take a little bit of a peek here, as right now we're watching Josh Conover work his way back up to the front. He was in a little bit of a tangle up there in the Vincent Arthur incident that actually happened out there on the track, which was rather unfortunate. But we do get down to the infield car care center and grab a hold of Vincent Arthur. Vincent, dude, what? The car snapped back there.
Yeah, I had made the joke in practice that the death of me was going to be just the pinion steering, sitting back down on the left front and snapping into the wall. And just kind of one of those deals where as soon as it sits, it goes. So super unfortunate. I really hate it for my guys on the 24 crew. Flatline Motorsports gave me a really fast piece. Felt like we were going to be good, especially when the sun went down. Just didn't really get the time to show it. I don't really know quite what happened. I've seen a couple different angles of it. I guess just at that point in the corner, when you're battling somebody, I guess I just expected him to start to track to the wall instead of, really pinching down. But once we made contact, it, kind of sent the car around, and then obviously once it caught, that was a pretty hard lick. So yeah, really hate it for everybody on the 24 crew, but I guess we'll go get them next week.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a tumble up, and we noticed a couple of times. I think a little contact was made out there with Jacob Malone. I wasn't sure, was your car set up for kind of rotating up the track there a little bit, because I did notice, we kind of followed along, and every turn you kind of fade up at the exact same spot, but occasionally somebody wants to kind of hold it on that line, and like you said, kind of pinch you on the way through.
Yeah, I guess the deal with Jacob was a little different. Just 1 and 2, there's a lot of bumps, so as soon as the car sets down in there, you kind of got what you got. Especially in these cars, there's a really big bump, and once you hit that thing, the diffuser bottoms out, and then the rest of the corner is just trying to track whatever happens over that bump. But 3 and 4 there, I got loose into the corner, and I think the 48 was also fighting it. So I just drove it down to the bottom, just figured I'd stick it down there and, hopefully be on this quarter panel off the corner or stick Malone. But, man, I don't know. I guess I was driving this thing too much right for Richmond and, thought people would track out to the wall a little more than they did. But obviously that wasn't the result tonight. I just really hate it for wake up narcolepsy. 2 weeks in a row we've had really bad races. So we'll try to get it turned around. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. I love this track, and this is definitely not a race that I'm going to remember for too long, hopefully.
Yeah, right home about either. Stella, next week, where are we racing at? Because I don't know if Brady Motes has some problem out here.
Oh, what?
I think Brady Motes just disconnected. Uh-oh.
He's been battling connection issues for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
Don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, we even had trouble locking and loading here tonight. I mean, just we were fine, and we were getting ready to grid up, and then just absolutely dropped out, man. It's just nothing happened. I don't know if it's a server problem with iRacing themselves. Whoop, there goes Moots. Uh-oh, he's going again. Oof. Stella, where are we next week?
New Hampshire.
Oh, ugh. All right, Vincent, if we had trouble here, how do we handle New Hampshire? I mean, all we do is almost take this track and then squish it flat.
Honestly, ironically, New Hampshire is the one game I hated the most growing up in video games, but it's one of my favorites here. Not a great short run track, but man, if you get a long run there, oh boy, that's probably the most fun car control you'll ever have behind a race car. So I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully we can go and have a good run. We were really fast there last year. We've always brought a lot of speed to that place, so hopefully we get back on track next week and at a track that I'm really good at.
All right, Vincent. I hate to see it, man. I really want to say, you know, I'm impressed with your composure here and just kind of being able to move along. Ouch, as Tim Harper goes ahead and gives a swift lick to the wall there. Definitely a lot of right front damage out of that machine there, Stella. But Vincent, Arthur, appreciate you, buddy, coming up and talking to us, man, and we'll see how you fare at New Hampshire. You definitely you're due for another win. I feel it.
Let's hope so.
Take it easy, buddy. All right. He said you as well as we have fun. Unfortunately, not Mr. Arthur. Man, oh man, has he been on a roll here? And man, I don't know how that's going to hold up for his race team. I know his sponsors definitely believe in him and want to keep him out there and performing at his best. But man, oh man, sometimes, Stella, it's like, I hate comparing it to other sports, but it's like baseball. He may be in a little bit of a slump right now, but he'll probably come really, really hot when it comes into the playoffs, and he's already locked himself into.
Oh yes, well locked into as far as playoffs. He has 4 wins under his belt and already 21 playoff points. Well, like he said, this is one we just won't remember for long. I did get a clarification from Race Control, and yes, Kleba won Stage 1.
Yes. Yep. He was our Stage 1 winner out there, so another few more points. Getting chucked toward the 16 Ford out there. Right now, I am looking for his teammate, Cody Reeder. Remember, he took a shot there earlier in the run. I believe it was. Remember which lap? I think it was lap 38, where Conover may have clipped the 17 as he was sneaking by. Yeah, which is rather kind of a bummer there, but right now he is just trying to stay on the lap. Right now he's only a single lap down. He does have to pass Harville and Kerberg to get the lucky dog.
Okay. I did notice he also said he was expecting people to run this track like Richmond. And that's, that's kind of ironic. I mean, because this track was modeled after Richmond. This is the only track actually that was designed by a driver. It's not like PGA where, you win the Masters a couple times, you go out, you make your own golf course. Rusty Wallace designed this track. And he modeled it after Richmond, where he was so successful. So,
he just wanted one out there.
Yes. He said, if I'm still going to run, I'm going to build another track where I can do well. Little did he know how much, it was years of battling with getting the financing. It started out a $10 million project, ended up a $70 million project. All kinds of things had to happen for this place to be built, but it finally was.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah. And now where there's a Rusty Wallace, Toyota, Kia, Ford, all this other stuff, so I think Mr. Wallace is doing just fine.
Oh, yeah.
All right, right now, Stella, I'm kind of honed in here on the 69 Ford here of Jacob Malone. He's got a few more rookies looking to line up behind him. Right now, Rochelle, Conover, Dunford, and Walter line up to the rear of him, all in Chevrolets. Malone has actually been kind of rolling it back here. Right now, he is fighting a hard steer issue. I don't know if you see him kind of fishtailing, heading down the track. I don't know. That is not a good thing.
Oh.
Oh, that is not a good thing. Our leader is heading down pit road. Dustin Kaleba is. Remember, he came in on lap 23, and right now I can guarantee you Jacob Malone is like, all right, buddy, well, I was behind you for most of the time, the exact same amount of time. Malone probably will think about coming down pit, but whatever his adjustment needs to be, it better be good, it better be quick. Oh!
Shoot!
We're
Shoot!
on board as he loops it.
Oh.
Whoa, look out! Look out!
Oh, come now! Kid, don't
Whoa!
keep pushing into him.
Dunford.
Oh, Dylan.
Dunford gets turned around here.
Oh, that was uncool. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm wondering if Dunford was trying to get up to speed.
Well,
And
he
he
was
maybe
not-
have turned him around here. We'll take another look. We were on board for the 69 looping it here.
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as he pulled off the apron, he was done for. There's the spin with Conover.
Okay.
Backwards he goes. Guys are spinning in because they're trying to come in at
But
a decent
right-
speed.
Here, why drive through? You
Well,
know?
here would be one of the deals is he needs to be in the outside lane. Entering pit road.
Okay, but
I don't know what speed Dunford's doing at this point. I'm not saying it's Dunford's, Dunford's problem here.
No.
That was the cause, but something's funny.
yeah, because to me, Dunford was in his lane at his speed coming in, to pit road, and yeah, okay.
He was already skidding out of control heading in there, and was already having a little bit of trouble trying to kind of fare
avoid
with
the
that.
guy backing up. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't see why he kept driving through him. Once he made contact, there was no reason to keep pushing through Dylan Dunford. But, ooh, he hit that bump again.
Yep. This is
I think
Dustin
they are-
Kaleba, our original leader here of the race. Getting out front here right now, sitting 10th. Everybody still has to do some pitting out there. It looks
Uh-oh.
like more smoke down pit.
Yes. Somebody have a barrel award?
Unsure. Right now we could probably take a peek here. See how Tom Senchak did.
Yep.
Whoop, there he is.
Aha! Missed the barrels. Good job.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Arville. Arville made it down pit.
Yeah, I think he just came out.
Okay. Still slicing through here, Stella. We got a couple of guys getting really mixed up here. Dylan Banks has still been able to stay out on the track. Last time he pit was at 23. Ryan Bird. Whoop. I think Ryan Bird missed pit road.
Yes.
Looked like he may have been coming down and then missed it.
Yeah, he definitely had a checkup there. Even our stats said he was coming in, and then said, "Oop, nope."
Yeah, may have been just coming a little too fast instead of getting the speeding penalties. Decided to stay back out on the track.
Fair enough.
So Bird working his way down. That only leaves us two more drivers we're waiting on. Ryan Patty in the 56 did come down on 38, but our two drivers have been out there the longest are sitting in 1 and 2, Dylan Banks and Aaron Krolick. Yeah, we're
right.
seeing, remember Kulikowski and Eldred, they came in on 39 and 40. I seriously doubt them being able to make it to stage, which is at 126.
Yeah, that's pushing it.
Yeah.
But I'm figuring Dylan Banks and Krolick have to come in pretty pretty soon. And there's a caution to let him do it.
Wow. Ryan Patty.
Yes.
We've done this before where somebody's gotten in a wreck and about 90% of the field has been a lap down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Now, right now, we're going to have our eyes set here on Ryan Patty to see what happens here.
Look.
There it was again.
Shoot.
All right, Jay.
Oh. The count. The count of 1, the bum, bum, bum. 2, bum. Okay. Gosh. Something's in my root beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay, come on.
It's okay. He'll give you a replay.
It's a pretty decent shot.
Hmm.
Boy. Dylan Banks will be able to pit and work his way back out. Dustin Kleba should assume that second position, but remember Kralik and Kulikowski? Eldred has to work their way out. Eldred, extended time in the box here. 35 seconds and counting.
Again. That poor guy spent half the race in the box.
Yeah, well, this is actually his 6th visit to meet his pit crew here tonight. Working his way out now. I believe that is the Chase Elliott paint job out there.
I hope that wasn't a speeding penalty or something.
Boy, that would be a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a little strategy.
Oh. What you got?
Dustin Kleba.
Back down. Really?
Yeah.
Did he oh. Did you see tires?
Yes.
Odd. You think he just forgot to click them the first time?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm wondering if everybody else took tires and maybe he didn't. And he went back inside and changed his mind. What is this?
That's what I wanted to know. Cody Eldred coming back in. I mean, he did 39 seconds a minute ago. He's got to be fixing something. Ooh,
Well, there's the
like a
damage
right
there.
front quarter panel. Yeah.
All right. Well then. Show him right now. Aaron Kralik lined up for that second spot out there.
I was going to say, so our top 5 right now, if everybody is all done in pits, Dylan Banks in first, Aaron Kralik second, Adam Kulikowski in third, Dustin Kleba in fourth, and Cody Eldred may or may not be in fifth. We'll see where he pops back out when he's rejoins us from the pits.
Yeah, I would assume he's probably going to snap to the end. Probably end up in that 13th, 14th spot.
Yeesh.
Now there should be Ryan Bird. He's got to hurry up and get to the pace car. Right now, still, I'm showing only the top 12 are going to be on the lead lap. Not even halfway through the race.
Yeah. That's
A really crummy timing of a caution?
Yes. Thank you.
Perfect.
Well, that is unless you're the top 12 drivers, and then they're ecstatic.
Yeah, I guess so.
So the one to watch at this point is going to be Ryan Patty, because he's going to need to move up. He's the first one of that list to move up and get in front of our Frolic and Banks leaders to try to get his lap back.
Yeah, or at least stay out in front of Moniz and Reeder out there, so they don't have another
Lucky dog.
opportunity to see if they can come back into it here.
Look at you, right spot on. Cody Eldred files back in 12th.
Well, it's almost going to look like a single file restart, seeing that everybody has to start at the end of the longest line. We're going to re-rack it and keep on going here as way they go. Back under green to start lap number 92. Kralik will sit second. Kleba looks like an interesting pit call strategy. May or may not pay off here. 4 tires, and he's back out there, and now sitting third. He's going to play chase now as Banks has the lead, and he's out by almost a second already.
Yeah, he just set his best lap of tonight with a 24.01. Oh, take that back. A 24.1. And so he's on a tear. He's getting ready to make some moves.
Yep, battle for the lucky dog position. Moniz is getting out in front of Ryan Patty. Patty now dropping down to 15th. Thomas Walter now passes him. That's actually the battle you're seeing happening on back here. Couple of guys dicing it up in the front. I do want to check in on Kleba again, as it looks like he's running down Aaron Kralik. Kralik still holding on the second spot ever so tightly. Kulakowski dropping down to that 4th spot, but he's up 18 here on the night. Not bad, but unfortunately he's sitting almost right now about 2 seconds off from reaching out and touching Justin Cleveland. Waiting to find a guy here sitting in 5th. Right? It's going to take a while, at least a short stroll, to find the 69 Ford of Jacob Malone. He sits 5th. And Stella, normally this is kind of where you laugh and giggle a little bit, hope for a quick caution. That way these guys can rack them and kind of bunch all back together, double file. Because right now, Jacob Malone, only about 4 laps into this green flag. We're looking at almost 3.5 seconds off pace.
Oh. Sorry, the Geico car just bounced off the wall 3 times and then back down into Malone. But rocking and rolling again, but I think he'll have a little bit of damage on that right front.
Yeah, well, remember Ryan Patty is the one who brought out the caution earlier when his car snapped back and clipped the wall there. So he is fighting some front downforce. Notice the height of that front bumper. It's going to cause his car to drift. So he's going to have a whole lot of hard time from that Toyota. And they definitely, if there's one thing Toyotas don't like, is aerodynamic trouble, and that's exactly what you see here.
Yep.
As he 360s it on the backstretch, and nobody gets caught up in it.
But at one point, I guess he was facing backwards, and that's why we have a caution.
There you go. We were backwards, we were sliding, we were in front of cars, and he has turned around here. Right now, Ryan Patty kind of hanging his head on this one. Stella, correct me if I'm wrong. Has the last time Cody Reeder pit was on lap 39?
Really? Yes. Yes, it is. Not quite sure why, but yes. And it wasn't for a great deal of time. I mean, that could be fuel and 2, or maybe just fuel. That's a...
Look at that bump. Did you see that? The bump is what snaps him here. Watch the bump.
Oh, the bump's crazy. Goink.
Goink. Yep.
Ow, ow.
Yeah, Bird looks like he saves it there.
Nice. Who just came to a grinding halt? Was that Harville?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. All right. So who ended up getting the lucky dog? Ow. Weak. Nice. Now, your luck, you'd have come to a screeching halt like that behind him, and somebody would have folded up the back of your truck onto your roof.
Yep. There are a few drivers out there like playing snatch truck. Jacking up the rear end of the car, which Ryan Patty does suffer some damage to the left rear, and not just the left rear. We still fighting damage on the front, so more damage fixing for him as he's heading down pit road. Cody Reeder's going to join him, and it looks like Reeder's might be right. Looks like it's time for him to pit.
I think that that might be some of Jay's 200-mile-an-hour tape, just barely holding that car together. The bumper was just going boing boing. I mean, just. So back-to-back cautions for Mr. Patty.
Indoor war.
Okay. Laser tag?
That looks like IFL.
Oh,
Football league.
football. Okay. I know, these guys put a lot of work into these cars. I wish we had time to see them more, or see more of them. Although sometimes I think they just change the cars every week to keep me on my toes, or to confuse me.
Blazing Fast TV. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
See, Moniz working his way to the back. Dylan Banks is out here in the chat. Aww. Another league that's gonna fine you for this.
Uh-oh. Now, well, the difference was, I have to say, yes, he would come out in the chat while he was driving, but he was also kind of sketchy when it came to wrecking all the time. And so they kind of put 2 and 2 together, and so no texting while driving.
Yeah. Well, Dylan Banks is out in the lead again here in this league. Definitely getting out front. Definitely seems to be his MO out here. I'm just interested to see how many people were before. How many races is it before somebody's going to figure out what he's doing out there? He's got setups each and every week, and I just don't know what. I don't know. It kind of has that Team Conti feel. You know, you got guys who are coming out there. They get the feel. They knew what was going on, and man, they were just able to lay down some solid times. And a lot of people had trouble hanging with these guys. So we'll see if Dylan Banks can pull off another win here. Stella, we have almost hit halfway.
Okay.
And Dylan Banks and Kaleba are probably going to go at it here. I would not put it past Kaleba to probably pull a rabbit out of his hat and give this thing another go.
Kleber Kralik. I mean, one's behind him, one's to the side of him, and now they're both in the dust. Okay.
Kaleba was leading a good portion of this race here at the beginning, and he does make the break, so he gets out in front of Kralik. The best thing you can do if you were a third choice, always take the leader's side. Or even if you're second, always line up behind the leader. Because when he gets the jump, you will get the jump instead of sitting by the side. So that's exactly what happens. Cleveland goes ahead and gets up into the second spot. And another familiar Ford will be Jacob Malone. So oddly enough, Stella, seeing where our original starting positions are, 1, 2, and 3, Banks, Kleba, and Malone, they resume their positions that they originally qualified in
Sure
are
do.
this late into the race at exactly the halfway point.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You don't always see that. And 4th through 10th have all gained places to be in their positions.
Oh, yeah. With a minimum of 3 games. Rotating back to Tom Senchak, though. It looks like Josh Conover just seems to, there's nothing wrong, but it seems to be in everybody's way, no matter what happens. We're noticing Conover's involved. Conover had trouble back on that 38.
He can't even go in the pits.
Yeah, right.
Without
He
getting
got
dinged.
smashed up, came into the pits, got spun out. You know, it's just, man, he I don't know.
I think he needs to change to Burger King or Wendy's.
Yeah.
Maybe McDee's just isn't working out.
Well, he was doing pretty well out there in the 48. He's struggling here in the 42 car.
Oh,
he's
and here we
heading
go
around.
again. Hold on to it.
Nope, nope, he's going to be looking for caution here. There it is.
Yep, there it is.
All right.
Ha-ha.
Yep, so looks like Conover goes around. Stella, another fantastic job here by our producer, checking in on which car is out there. Notice how when he does make the contact, that the car actually comes off the ground. When he transfers positions out there on the track, is notice when the contact here, right there. You see how the left rear tire's off the ground?
It is.
And that, yeah, that's why we have absolutely zero grip. So around he's going to go.
And then locks him up. At least he doesn't go all the way up and take out somebody else's race. We've seen several leagues that just kills me.
Yeah, well, you try to avoid as much big show damage as you can.
Oh.
But Pace truck lights are still on.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, has a Chevrolet out front, so Jay will not be slinging the oil in that one.
Oh. Hey, he got upset because you outed him last race. Here you go doing it again.
I got him. Just keeping it lively out there. Jay knows it's all fun and games. I'm sure he'll bash me here in a little bit.
Yeah, he'll just steal your wing and thigh at Popeyes next time.
There we go.
Oh, we got a little dab going on. All right, so we got a few more back on the lead lap, I do believe.
Well, with a slew of cautions here, that's definitely helping out. This will be the sixth one here tonight.
I'm just talking about the fact that we only had 14 on the lead lap, and now Harville, Cody Reeder, Dakota Moniz, Dylan Dunford, I think all those guys are back on the lead lap.
Yep.
Unless they come down pits. Never mind.
I know. What I would like to do is try to get a...
Oh, why is George missing a front bumper?
George has been missing a front bumper since lap...
Still?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I didn't know he hadn't got it put back on yet.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Sorry to call you out for being topless. All right, but let's see. We've got
Stella,
a couple guys who have... Yes.
Keep an eye out there and see... I don't know for certain, but if Ryan Patty has taken it back to the garage.
Okay.
We'll see. Right now, I did show him come down into pit road. About 42 seconds in the pit on lap 108, and I don't know if we have taken it in. Too much damage. We'll see. We're going to change it up a little bit here tonight. We're definitely going to try a couple of different things here, Stella. What do you say we grab a hold of the 42 Chevrolet out there?
I think that'd be a great idea.
Fantastic. I love the way you think. Let's go ahead and grab a hold of him. Josh Conover, you got a copy here, buddy?
I got you.
All right, man. Well, what are we going to do to reverse this magnet out there?
Shoo, I don't know. I wasn't expecting much coming in, and of course I'm fighting for stage points, and I actually don't even know what happened. I guess I got the bump and got into Aaron, and then of course it spins me and not both of us or something. So I don't know. We're gonna try and I guess save some tire here and stay out, or at least just take fuel at the end of the stage, and I don't know, from there I don't know.
Josh, we've been in more than one incident here. Lap 38, it looked like I think Vincent Arthur got blown out there. I think there was some contact, there was some spinning around, and we ended up coming down pit. We got looped around by Dylan Dunford. You know, man, it just seems you can't get out of there.
Yeah, I mean the Malone thing, he called out he was pitting, and I wasn't even gonna pit, and then I saw he was way low, so I tried to shoot, around him, and that one kind of is what it is. I think he lost it on the apron maybe, but yeah, the rest of this I don't know. I got to find a lucky horseshoe or something.
A safe space.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, you're on the lead lap here, so that should definitely work out to your advantage here, buddy. Definitely seeing we're kind of here in the back. Any tricks for the Chevrolet here before we go back green?
Just try and stay going straight at this point.
All right. Good luck there, Josh.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
If you look at it, he's doing better than half the field.
Yeah.
He's on the lead lap.
All right, Josh Conover getting back to it here. Dylan Banks trying to squirt away, and he does. Gotta be quick, though. Right now, Malone has been on a tear. Malone working his way around Kaliba. Nope. He's going to have to settle for third now. Looks like the 16 does stay out front. And Ryan Bird almost triangulating the turn there. That's going to take a little bit of extra tire wear that he didn't need.
Or that maybe he will.
Yeah, well, Ryan Bird now separates Senchak and Kralik. Look at Kyle Rochelle still fighting his way through up to the front. But I think the battle still rages on here between Bird and Senchak. Notice how high Bird is going.
Yes. Yes, I was noticing that and kind of wondering whether he was trying to use an exit speed of dropping down or whether he was just trying to stay the heck out of Dodge.
Well, as much trouble has been happening out there on the track. Look how it pays off, though. Bird gets up to fourth. Senchak going to see if he can go from the high side to the low side and see if he can swing in and underneath them, and he doesn't. So right now, Bird seems to have the strongest line maybe for his setup here tonight. I don't think he'll hang out there doing that for long.
Is that a tire fryer?
Yeah, we got to be riding up towards the top, but if the track starts to rubber up, I'm wondering if he's having a loose condition. He's trying to get out of the race line there. Notice how Bird has rotated down, though. Take a look back, way back there. Stella, we've had a slew of cautions here. So far, so good. I mean, it seems to be a pretty decent race until we get guys that are really battling for that same position. Looks like Bird may.
Well, anybody can run around single file. I mean, we gotta get dicey, right?
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we rotate back to the battle here. I believe that is the 9th position. Jake Christenberry trying to get back up, at least where he qualified, as he's been having even more trouble. Oh man. Looks like we just checked off a 3 wide there. Looks like Gunford's fighting his way back up to the front. Eldred to the outside. Eldred visiting pit road more than the top 4 combined.
Ouch. But he's back on the lead lap from that disaster earlier.
Yeah, can't hate him for it. Looks like Rochelle does fight his way around Aaron Kralik, so he puts a rookie behind him. Only one rookie for the points chase here this year that it still remains in front of him is Jacob Malone. He's holding on to a solid third. Unfortunately, Malone dropping off to about a second there as Banks continues to charge forward. And still kind of commanding this race. Right now, I'm sure Dustin Cleve is scratching his head here. Trying to think of what he can do to try to run this guy down. It's not like you can make a gear change. That all has to be done during practice. Once it's here, we can maybe untwist a couple of coil springs out there and kind of loosen the car up or make a track
Go
bar
lose some
adjustment,
weight
but
real
really
quick.
nothing you can really do.
Go lose some weight during the pit stop real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, in 14 seconds, that's a record.
Yep. Now we're looking at 3 more laps before our scheduled stage break at 126.
Now, you did hear a little something out there by Conover saying it may just be a fuel and go. Right now, 110 is when Josh Conover came down, so I would probably agree for him. Fuel and go would definitely be the call and do a little tire savings out there, but boy, oh boy, is that going to be tough. We saw Ryan Bird earlier. The high line definitely seemed to capitalize, but he has lost 2 positions here in the last lap. Senchak does overcome him here. Kyle Rochelle still battling alongside him there. Rochelle almost getting his 20th position gain here on the night, and he has it here. He's only got him by about a fender, though, Stella.
Yeah, it's not. Doesn't seem like it's lasting long. I think there's still quite a bit of fight left in Ryan Bird.
Yeah, Bird trying to definitely use up these tires, though, that he put on lap 83. A little bit older than just about everybody out there on the track, though. Right now, a couple of guys like Malone and Senchak had put him on lap 74.
Jay's solution for Kaliba is WD-40. What? So he's. I understand it's a. Oh, there we go. 7th caution, 126. This is our stage break. If it won't stay together, you put duct tape on it, and if it won't, what is it? And if it stays together too much, you put WD-40 on it, and that's all that you need in a toolbox.
Oh.
As a mechanic, I'm sure you resent that.
Yes. Everybody thinks it's that easy, huh?
Actually, I think I've met a few fellas that that's about as much mechanical inclination as they possess.
Awesome.
No, it was not. But I learned a whole lot of how to fix my own stuff. Necessity is the mother of invention. Woo, coming in hot. All right. So who do we have? Dakota Moniz, Dylan Dunford, Cody Reeder, chosen not to come in. But our top 14 have.
All right, these should be our leaders entering the pit boxes now. Right.
See if we get a lead change. Yeah. This is when you tell them trip to Hawaii if you get me out first.
Boy, look who
And go,
squeezes
go,
out
go.
first, though.
Yes.
Josh Conover. What an excellent run at the line. That was close.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find something a little closer here. I do want to see that again.
Okay.
Green cone is the mark. Yeah, and gets him by about 3/4 of the car.
But clearly, yes. And man, I'm just sitting here watching the top 3 thinking, okay, here they go. And phew. Now, were
Yeah,
any of our
Malone.
upset? No, they were not. Okay. I was just wondering if anybody squeezed in between 2 and 3.
No, it doesn't seem like it, though.
Nope.
So Conover's going to be out in front. This definitely works out great for the McDonald's machine.
Yeah, and if he stays out there, maybe he won't wreck.
Yep. It looks like Matthew George, Tim Harper decided to stay out. I believe that's also Cody Reeder up there toward the front.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Dunford as well. This should give them the wave around, which should put them back onto the lead lap. Drivers coming back down pit road. Looks like Scott Kerberg and Justin Moody. Oh, Moody.
Oh, wow. I have to say, I leaned in my chair to make sure he got around that corner.
Right. My wife is out there watching. That is the 33 Caterpillar Toyota.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I don't either, but it's funny.
Yep.
Kind of like what Jurassic.
Jerry
Dra-
Sissy Paroc.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't do it.
Mid green. All right, Corey Harville makes it another choose cone.
I'm melting.
If I'm fairly
Yes.
certain looking back at it, Corey Harville is the only driver in this league this year to make
So
contact
far.
with the choose cone.
So far.
Boy, wouldn't that be something to get down to the, the round of 8 and then clip the choose cone car.
I kept trying to figure out what in the world number that was on the side of the 3. Nick Gillis has that great big K there,
Uh-huh.
and I kept, from an angle and distance going, what in the world number has he got going? I thought it was like a 31. I thought it was, yeah. Then I realized it was a giant K. That's me, special K. Doo-doo-doo.
What do you say we watch Josh Conover try to get a solid restart here? We'll have some
Get it.
guys behind him pretty excited about
Anxious.
getting out there.
Oh, yeah. They are not going to give him any
Yep,
space.
his tires only got a little bit of abuse, but here we go. Josh Conover, away we go to get lap number 132 kicked off here. Dylan Banks to the outside. Right now, Conover is going to hold him off, though. But for just a moment, Kleba's got a decision to make here. And Malone's going to make it for him. Malone shoots down to the bottom. Oh, man. Malone losing a little bit there on the rear end on the exit here of 4. Little crossover there. Dylan Banks going to be able to capitalize. It drops down to the bottom here between turn 1 and 2. Banks has the lead, and that is going to put Conover.
Oh, and we have Nick
into
Gillis in the wall.
And Gillis into the wall. Kawasaki machine, ugh, yuck. Falling down a few as he tucks in behind Christenberry. 12th position for him.
Switch to
admit.
Yamaha.
Yeah, not bad there for Gillis, though. Gillis has gained 12 on the night. So starting 24th. For him, he's still chopping his way, taking out half the field to get his way up to front. Conover now trying to see if he can hold on to second. I don't know if he's going to be a sitting duck here. He'll have an extra set of tires heading into this one, but as Conover sits second, Kleba's going to push. See if he can get him here, but Stella, notice how Banks isn't really squirting away as fast as he has been.
Maybe. Yeah, they kind of seem to be keeping up with him at the moment.
Yep.
Is he changing tactics?
Or has Kleba made the right adjustments?
Oh,
Kleba now starting to reel him in here.
on his tail.
Yep, very close as we get on top of Justin Kleba here. On top of the machine, that is. Taking a look here at the 48 Ally machine. And now Kleba's looking to see if he can shoot the ground. I don't know. He's going to have to kind of toss it up
Yep.
here. There you go. That's what I would do. Take a shot to the outside here. Hold on to that bump. Ugh.
That
Yeah.
is a murderous bump. Who puts a speed bump in the middle of a racetrack?
Rusty Waller.
Yeah, okay. But actually, it may be why, since 2006 when it was built, it hasn't been repaved. However, this year, right before the Cup race, they repaved the bottom 2 lanes in the corners. And I'm wondering if it had anything to do with fixing that mess.
So we're due for a rescan.
Yes.
Right. Sure people would be excited about that. I definitely would be. I like keeping it as real as absolutely possible. That, of course, is brought to you by Syntrax Broadcasting, bringing it to you live and on the palm of your hand. Or on
Where
the big
you will
TV. I would-
see and hear the finest in iRacing coverage.
Right now, Josh Conover is looking like a genius out there with a fuel and go as he sits third.
Puts him up 9 places.
But still, I would say, if he's in a tire conservation, I don't know if that outside line is exactly where he'd want to be.
I don't know. If it's far away from Tom Semchuk right now, that's a good thing.
Well, Malone has been the one wiggling here on the inside. Remember, he was the one who was breaking loose out there, tried to come down in the pit and fully looped it.
I just saw him come so close to him right before I said that. It was like, yikes. So, but yeah, Malone actually, I've been watching a couple laps ago. He, I thought he was almost warming up his, oh, there he goes again. At first, he was doing it so widely, I thought he was warming his tires up, and I was like, this is not the time, but I guess if he slipped sliding. But he still seems to be very loose.
It definitely seems to be driving in quite well. It's the exit of the turn that we notice the problems start to grow here.
Yeah, we have managed now to have 17, Cody Reeder being the last one, but 17 drivers on the lead lap. We're getting it done.
Yeah, not bad out there, seeing that we are here at Iowa.
And what you're telling me is next week, we're going to have more of the same. 181 laps at New Hampshire.
What about New Hampshire?
that it is another short track, and that we're going to have a bit of demolition next week.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a possibility of that.
Wow! Look at Malone coming up so fast.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was trying to catch here, looking out the back of Dylan Banks' car.
That was a send it, if I ever saw one.
Yeah, Malone kind of really taking advantage of these fresh tires early in this run. Hopefully we'll be able to hold on. We were taking a look off the back of Dustin Cleveland to see if Malone was having any trouble out there. That does not seem to be the case.
Nope.
Malone continues his charge forward. Boy, he's setting in a lot
Holy.
hotter here than Dylan Banks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wonder if we're
somebody
gonna
let
have some trouble here in a second if Malone's gonna nudge him here.
somebody let the bank secret out. The vault has been opened at the bank. And yeah, both Malone and Kleba seem to have figured out what he's been doing. 'Cause they are checking out the tailpipe to see what kind of octane he's using.
Yep. I think Malone wants to make a shot to the outside here, but he's not gonna have it. Yeah, let's check back in here on Josh Conover as it looks like Aaron Krolick is working his way up. Krolick trying to recover. The race is not doing quite the way he wanted it to go. Conover just trying to hold on here. I also wonder here, Stella, if we had a caution come out now, would now be the time for Josh Conover to come down, throw those tires on. Last time he took tires was a lap 110.
Ouch. In comparison to everybody else's 127.
Right. So far so good. He's still hanging on to it though. Malone's still battling up front, but now dropping off to a quarter of a second. I wouldn't say that maybe have quite figured out Banks yet until I can see a complete run. Because I'm always concerned that Dylan Banks may actually be conserving tires, which does do, have your hands up in the air once again of, man, this guy's conserving tires in the lead less than a quarter of a second and they can turn and burn whenever he pleases. So We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, somebody else who is running on older tires, actually, I think the oldest tires out here at the moment, is Dylan Dunford. He's been conserving, still on the lead lap. He's running 16th, but he hasn't been in since lap 100. And we're on 150.
Yep.
Wowzers.
No, he's got to definitely. He's got to be careful. I mean, if he can hang on to it, awesome. All right, let's check in on our leaders again, as I think Malone finally got a line on it. Contact
bang,
here with Dylan.
bang, bang, and and Malone is in the wall. Oh, what a hit!
There's one for Jay.
Yes. Oh, Malone is. I won't say destroyed, because man, some of these guys are still. Okay, that was bad. That was a toe.
Yeah. Yeah, right now we're checking to see if anything's going on out there. Well, Stella, this was exactly what happened with Vincent Arthur. Watch. 69 rotates up.
I swear Dylan is already prepared for the hit and is turns into it or does something. I mean, he didn't even. Oh, what a thread the needle. Yeah, he didn't even wiggle when Malone hit him. That's there you go, Jay. All right, we have a full board just about of pit row takers.
Yeah, I think actually Lucky Dog should go to Matthew George here.
Excellent. I think he's going to set a new style. Everybody's going to come out with no bumpers next time. I mean, we don't need no stinking bumpers. He's running the whole race without it. It's excellent.
So Conover able to come down and get 4 tires and fuel. And now comes back out in 8th, but Juice Cone could still shuffle him up just a little more. So we've already had one driver come to our infield car care center. And we spoke with Vincent Arthur earlier here in the run. Also had a little conversation out there with Josh Conover. See what kind of different strategies he might have. It's one thing that takes a long time to build up. His pit strategy out there. Guys can race all day, but sometimes you've been beaten by a guy who pits better than you do.
Yeah, takes
You know?
2 tires instead of 4 tires, and next thing you know, you're a half a lap behind him.
Wins the race.
Yep.
You can ask Yarborough about that when Petty beat him at Daytona. Came down, didn't take any tires, and went back out
Yes.
there. And beat him by half the track.
Yeah. That guy's got skills to. All right. So what's up with Malone? Did he call it?
Malone with a shot to the wall, I would assume so, yes. Jacob Malone is taking it back to the garage.
Okay. He was down 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the pit, and then I guess just.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So the only one left down there right now is Mr. Scott Kerberg.
Yep. Do
He
want to see
is
if we can take
checking.
another look at it here.
Checking out pits for the 8th time tonight. Getting some stuff done.
But how solid Dylan Banks' car is after that.
Yes. That's the thread the needle.
Yeah, the party of the seas. Just in time. I think that was Senchak that snuck it through.
I believe. Mm.
Man.
Oh. Hey. Tim Harper is now going to be running on 107 tires. I mean, even Dylan Dunford finally came down.
Yeah, that'd be minimum. Last time he pit was 107 for fuel only.
Yeah. Oh. True. True. 107. Okay, well, he probably pit on 99 or so when Patty had that caution. So he had the opportunity within just a few laps of actually taking the tires and then maybe coming down at 107. But why? He didn't have a caution on 107.
Yeah. Looks like Dylan Banks a little slow getting out of the box here tonight. That does drop Dylan Banks down to third.
Hi.
Lee will now have the lead. Tom Senchak drops down to second. Banks sitting third with Rochelle and Bird behind him. Rochelle, I am baffled right now. This guy,
Kicking it.
yeah, is just about past the whole field here. Up 21 positions. The only Ford in the top 10 belongs to Cleveland. All Chevrolets will reach 9th and 10th, where Corey Harville and Jake Christenberry. Now remember, both those guys were laps down earlier in the race, and they've been able to come back. Harville, Christenberry, Moniz, Kulikowski. These guys were laps down. Breeder was laps down. Dylan Dunford was laps down. Matthew George was laps down. But I believe, as I just said something, Mr. Rochelle.
No. Okay, that one is all on you.
As
Oh,
yeah, that's towed to pit lane here.
wow.
So as we see, Kyle Rochelle will be entering his pit box here in just a moment. We'll see if he takes it back to the garage. He parks his Chevrolet right in front of Jacob Gladelick's Toyota out there as he fires up the Choose Cone car. Boy, I hate to say that. What? Well.
No. Yep.
Yeah, I think so. No,
Got a little loose and then somebody clinked him from behind. But I'm surprised at the toe.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that hits his wall was just too hard. That should be the 49 there of Ryan Bird. Ooh. Nudge there with the 15. And Eldred just saying, man, I just got all the dents pulled out.
Oh.
I don't even know if you noticed, iRacing went ahead and fixed when they had video on it.
No kidding.
Wait.
Oh. Well, how'd he do? Okay.
Well, we'll ask Jay out there if that'll count for another one.
All right. Well, got a little shake up here, 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Take a look at the fact that Thomas Walter is up here.
Oh, yeah.
Up 9 places in 4th. Josh Conover hanging out again, the top 5, up 7 places. Positions.
Boy, I think Stella just kind of looking at it from our angle here in the booth. You know, we've got 9 cautions, but we do have 210 laps to run. Only about 160 of them. completed here. What, it's not what else can go wrong.
Oh no, never ask that.
It's when you get a guy who's been marching up to the front and then just kind of wipes himself out there.
I'm sad.
It's a
You
heartbreaker.
know, when that happens.
It
Yeah.
really is. It's a heartbreaker.
So, but we do see it a lot. No harm, no foul. Things happen, but it is definitely a heartbreaker. Poor guy is like, I can taste it. That podium's in my sights.
Yeah, there are some when you race out here at iRacing, and some of the official races that they do, guys have never been up that high and they panic.
Oh, the nervous number ones.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Or you're that close. Like, hey, I can actually count the amount of people that are in front of me.
Oh, I don't need a telescope either.
Yeah, I knew I would get the jitters in the top 10.
Oh,
just
no.
because, hey, I have a chance of scoring some real points here. This is my chance to be announced in the top 10 in a finish. I'm up here with the big guys, and then
Yeah.
you do good pit strategy, you race well, you're sitting 4th or 5th. I'm like, hey, I'm top 5, and then somebody gives you a nudge when you didn't need it.
Well, see, in other sports, they call that choke. But in this one, yeah, I guess sometimes you can just be minding your own business and somebody comes along and sweeps your tires out from under you.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, looks like it may be the showdown here with Dustin Kleba and Dylan Banks right in the front row.
Like to see it.
Sit here with Ryan Bird, kind of see if how this kind of goes here. Last Chevrolet in the top 10, he's going to get crappy start there by Thomas Wolf. I don't know if there's a jam up on that outside lane. Ryan Bird didn't even let up. He just went ahead and nudged him. Look, now Bird able to pull away. 7th spot for him. Looked like Christopher still looking to the inside. You can still see that from the rearview mirror. You see at the top of the screen there.
Ah, way up there.
Yep. So you do get a little bit of a full view here. Bird fighting on the way in though. Watch that bump. Oof.
Yeah, that is a lot of play compared. Let's take a look, if we can, at say Kaleba's wheel, and let's see, or Banks's wheel, and let's see how much fighting and jiggling they have to do. Wow, big difference.
Yeah, it's also going to be hard to tell in a situation like this. Let me see if we check in on Josh Conover. Ryan Bird is fighting a little bit of front downforce because he's racing behind somebody.
Oh, that's bubble that you drive into, and all of a sudden you accelerate 10 miles an hour and lose control.
It's loose. It's starting to drag around, starting to move a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
that one.
exactly what you see.
Okay. I hate that.
Check out who is returning to the top 10. Corey Harville.
Excellent.
No way. This guy is coming alive, especially having trouble back on lap 40. He gets wrecked and then returns back, tucking in behind Ryan Bird as Harville is 8th. Christenberry sits 9th. Kulikowski at 11th. Those are the drivers of the Toyotas out there right now in the top 15. Kleba enjoying his time in the light right now. But Banks going to try to ride this one to the end. Lap 154, most of our leaders up front have pit. I would probably say, fuel-wise, I don't think they're going to make it. So When
Yeah.
do these guys pit?
Yeah, I do not believe they're going to make it in their pit window. Right now, I'm kind of staggered at the fact that we're looking at a second 38, that Banks is behind Kleba, and all the way back to 17th, they're less than a half a second apart. That's, I mean, just personally, that's a major jump for Kleba to be that far out from, I mean, not just, you know, one here, one there. The entire field is keeping together. Except for Justin.
Yeah, they're all definitely clumping together out there. The battle between Harville and Bird looked like something going awry there. Harville, I don't know if he tried to send it in, but something went wrong. I'm just glad they were able to pull out of it there. Let's take a look at it here. Ryan Bird battles it back. But I don't know, when they head into one, something happens here. Whoop!
What happened?
I don't know. Harville like jammed.
Just hit a foot. Oh, okay. We're a little out of shape there.
Yep. He is sliding into the turn.
Yep. He may dislodge the Drift King. Keep that up.
Not bad though. All right. Well, fortunately, he is able to keep the caution away. Barney goes ahead and tucks that caution flag back into the bucket now. We are taking a look back. Rochelle still sitting in pit at 27.
Almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate. Quick update to all our guys who have taken it back to the garage. Jacob Malone, Ryan Patty, Brady Moats, Vincent Arthur, and Cody Smith. Smith made it 29 laps. Vincent Arthur made it 37. Moats was 77. We made it all the way to lap 108 with Ryan Patty out there in the 56 Toyota. I don't know if that was incident point, though. And Jacob Malone made it to lap 152. Kind of rally capping to see if Kyle Rochelle will be able to return. He made it to lap 161. Two drivers still down some laps here, though. It looks like Justin Moody and Scott Kerberg are drivers that are still laps down. I believe we're looking at least 3 there for Moody and 5 for Kerberg.
Yeah, Lucky Dog's not going to help them right this moment.
Yeah.
But every little bit helps.
Stella, now we take a look at the laps left to go here. I believe we're sitting around about that 30 mark here.
I agree.
Of laps left to go. Kleba out front by 2 seconds. And I'm starting to really watch that ticker up top. And notice Banks is starting to reel him in. See it?
Ooh.
Almost by command.
I don't know.
Watch.
I think he might have a good turn in him. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. That was huge.
Yeah.
Jump.
By command, Dylan Banks is now turning it on.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tenths in a matter of a lap.
Yes. And that far into a stint. We're lap
Well, he's-
154 here, and now we're starting to pick up
Except-
pace.
He's almost 30 laps into those tires,
Right.
is what you're saying. Yeah. Whew.
I would say, taking a look at some of the last lap times out there. Everybody pretty much even. These are our best times. So not
Okay.
too bad. Taking a look at even right now, Tom Senchak out there. Same set of tires. He's running about 4/10 slower.
Wow.
Than his best time here tonight. So Dylan Banks starting to pick up the pace here. And I'm wondering if, remember we talked originally to drivers before, they have other teammates and they say, you know, when they go out there, the first thing you do is hammer down. You try to get out and away as far as possible and see if you've made up enough distance to get out of there.
Well, we did see the other night somebody out so far in front they were able to come in, take a pit stop, come back out, and not lose place.
Yeah.
That's intense.
All right, that was Cleveland working around some lap traffic out there. It does look like Dylan Banks will do the same, but without much fight. Around he goes. Now below a second and a half. 25 laps left to go. Justin Cleveland still trying to hang on to the lead like he had earlier here in the run. Banks now starting to really kick it into overdrive here. And I believe that is the 74, I believe?
Of?
Might be wrong. I may be the 14. Yep,
Yes.
that's the 14 there. That's Scott Herbert. Herbert dealing with a boatload of damage, especially on that right front.
He has been down 10 times to work on that damage, and he's only 2 laps behind, I think. But,
yeah, that should have put him, I believe. We're talking about Kerberg, right? Yeah, this will put him actually 6 laps down.
oh, ouch. Okay.
Yeah, +5, now down 6, and I believe Mr. Moody
Ready.
will be doing the exact same.
Okay. 22 to go. Now we knew at 126 they weren't going to make it to 210. Some of these guys now, we're looking at 154, 161, 159 as far as when they came in. Can they make it? On fumes.
I think somebody's waiting for the caution.
I think everybody's waiting on a caution. Well, I'm also looking at how many times a lot of these fellas have come down. They only had 6 sets of tires
Right.
in pit. And I'd say of the top 5 people, only Josh Conover has come down enough to have taken 6, but we know darn well that he did a fuel and go for one of them. So come on, Guylis, get out there.
Guylis is getting out of the way as he goes a lap down. Right now, it's gonna be pretty close. I'll probably say fuel-wise, they may or may not make it. It's kind of how long they've been out there. How long have they been out there in the fresh air? There should be more fuel.
Can you imagine anybody, if we do have a caution, anybody not coming in, taking fuel in 4 tires?
That'd be a lot of cars to pass if Kalibo is the only one to come down. That would set him down in almost the 18th spot.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Everybody's starting to fall off. Now we're ended up with some big losses here on the last lap times. Best time out there for Kalibo sitting with a 23.96. He's running a 25.09.
Ooh.
And notice how Banks is actually not gaining as much time as he had before.
Yeah, but he's under a second now.
Yes.
And he was 2.01 when he started this attack.
Yep. But last lap time actually is identical with 25.03 from both our guys in the front running.
Okay.
I know their best time is only separated by 10 thousandths of a second.
But look, he just took another 10th off. Yeah, he's got, it's either the corners or the flats, not sure which, but he has one of those that he's doing better than Kaliba. Has to be.
Just looking back, I'm noticing Dylan's car is starting to plow a little bit. What I mean by that, watch when he heads in, you'll see it kind of bob around a little bit of him trying to hold it in. What this will do is you see how hard Dylan Banks is driving to the bottom. He'll only have about 10 laps of that. Right there. See it, Jam?
Huh.
Yeah, right now, Dylan Banks is trying to full send it into these turns to get as close as he can to see if he can use the draft on the straightaways, and it's not working. Banks is trying to get him here, but right now you see Banks is fighting that car, trying to get as much time as he absolutely can here.
You figure he's got to get to like 0.3 away before he starts to see the bubble.
Right, especially at a short track.
Okay.
Harville.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I see Harville sliding all the way back to 12th now.
Yeah. I thought I saw Christenberry move.
Yeah, Christenberry moved up.
Okay.
Sorry, some trouble out there. See if they can wrangle it in.
Banks is going T-bone steak to anybody who causes a caution.
Yeah. Now we are seeing right now.
Look at Matthew
That's
George.
Matthew George, yeah, that is the battle here for 12th. Bumper or not, he will get there. 10 laps left to go, less than a quarter of a second behind him now.
And Banks just, yes, I was going to say, Banks just crossed that 3/10 mark of being close enough to be in the bubble.
Yep. So, has Dustin Kleba held off his tires long enough to fend off Dylan Banks here? Banks sending it a little farther in. Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah, Banks is going to make a shot for the lead here. This will be him down on the bottom. Kleba may cross him over here.
Oh, if he does, he's going to take off the front end. Because Banks has got him by half a car.
Tough driving here. This is sitting on Dustin Kleba looking up front. 48 not clear.
Oh, yeah.
Caution.
Caution. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes. We just passed somebody sitting on the wall. Wow. Oh, Cody Reeder. So close.
Whoa.
Okay, you may have to slow that one down for little old May. Swish, swish, and wow.
All right, Stella. Pit road.
Yeah. That's everybody.
Yep.
I mean, Nick's staying out. Justin Moody, Scott Kerberg. They just came. Kerberg just came out in 191. I would do.
Now, what's the call? 2 or 4?
4.
2.
Oh,
Wait.
there's a fuel. There's a fuel.
Uh-oh. Senchak
Holy.
has the lead. Quick. Oh. Kleba gets 4th. Banks squirts out and is able to get 2nd.
Moniz did a fuel and go.
Holy
Oh
cow.
my heavens. And is up 14 places in 3rd. That is a call if he can hold it.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're definitely going to have to see what
I think Senchak might have
Senchak
only-
chose to do.
Yes, that's what I need to know. Is that a 2-tire run or a fuel and go?
Right sides.
All right, that's it. That's a 2-tire run. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Got a Toyota in the top 5 again. Jake Christenberry.
Yep. I want to check in on Dakota Moniz here. Right sides. Back down and out. Holy cow.
Yep.
That's why I was wondering if it'd be a good idea to only take 2. I would probably
Okay.
say, if you think about it, Stella.
Banks took 4.
Right. Banks took 4, and so did Kaliba.
Okay.
Their left
So-
side tires have been on there how long?
Oh gosh. Since 161? 163?
Yeah, it's been a right while.
It's been a right while.
Taking a look back, 155.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a chance of almost 70 lap tires. Maybe 60. Maybe. Look at how this stacks. I hope Cleveland chose bottom. Yep. Oh boy. 10 cautions have happened. Senchak will be taking us back to the green. Banks will have low line with Kleba right behind him. And these 2 guys here on the bottom are going to try to sling past him before it's too late.
Now the kicker is Banks not passing the line. Senchak
Soon.
before they pass the line.
Yep. Moody and Scott Kerberg working their way around, getting a couple laps back.
And this is exactly what you told me. Get behind the leader. You know, the guy that's going to shoot out so you don't get caught. And that's just what Kleba did. He's up here behind Banks. He wants to stick right to him and not get caught behind anybody else.
Yep. Brake hard out there in the chat. Saying, let's go Harville and
All
Kleba.
right. They're working on it.
Harville's sitting 11th. This is going to be a good run. If we can keep this green to the end, this is going to be a good one.
Yes.
All right, guys, hold on. Let's get ready to get this one going.
thought
Senchak and
you-
Banks in the front row. Tom Senchak in the 26 Chevrolet is going to lead the 2 Chevrolets behind him, but Banks and Moniz. But Kleba sends it almost
Yep.
3 wide, heading down the front stretch. Not bad. Kleba going to take the shot here toward the inside. Whoa, man. Don't do the Vincent Arthur move, as it looks like he is able to stick it, though. Right now, he's going to need to see if he can push Senchak to the top and jam Banks, or is Banks going to jam him behind Senchak? Banks
into the wall.
Yep, 2 laps left to go here. So Kleba does get out in front, but as Kleba's led a good chunk of this race, he has seen it quickly slip away as Tom Senchak is starting to make some distance. Right now, it's only separated by about 1/4 of a second here. The 16 Ford is coming in clutch now. Right now, it's white flag this time by. Senchak is trying to fend off Dustin Kleba as it looks like Banks may have to settle for 3rd. Kleba stays high here, getting ready to triangulate this turn. Watch the crossover. Here it comes down the backstretch. Kleba taking a shot here, may not have it. Oh, Kleba into 3, takes the high side. Gets ready to seesaw back here. Senchak might have the shot. Kleba
no.
spins it. And holding on, looks like Kleba is able to get 2nd. Banks is 3rd.
Wow. Oh, my heavens.
Saying it out there, Kleba is doing exactly what Brake Hard out there, and he sent it.
Wow.
There was no doubt about that right there at the line.
Oh, good. I was hoping for a replay of this finish.
Yeah, this is when they come to the white flag. Right now they loop around. Notice how Kleba takes the high side here. And he should have been able to cut down. But Senchak with a block.
Yes.
Kleba trying to
Oh,
find
there
a
it
route
is.
around him. And it looks like the car straightens out on him here.
He loses a boatload of speed. Okay. I'm watching the cars too hard, and I missed when they passed the line. I apologize. Hit me again.
Yeah, this is the heading into 3 and 4 here.
Okay.
And it looked like Dylan Banks yanked the wheel trying to make sure he wasn't going to get hit.
All right. There's 4. Oh. Yay. Just barely stays on the track to do it, but it almost, oh, don't tell me it was a net code thing. I don't think they touched, but Kleba's car moved like they touched.
Well, we can check on the 48. Maybe we'll take a look in on the inside here.
Oh, okay. I was thinking just a close one overhead. Oof.
Dylan Banks is already turning toward him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Dylan Banks still has damage on him before this even happens.
Oh, yeah, that's when he tagged the wall.
Yeah, there was no touchies.
Okay. Did not think so. But no place has changed. So Tom Senchak made the good call with 2 tires.
Yeah, won him the race.
Yeah, it surely did. Very cool. Take a look too, Josh Conover. Fuel and Go. He's in 5th. Top 5 finish, along with Dakota Moniz. So let's take a look at our finishing places for everyone. Check out where your drivers came up.
Yeah, we'll slowly reel these guys in here in just a moment. But big mover here of the race, Dakota Moniz getting a 4th place finish.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad for 13 gained on the night and even being laps down out there.
Yep.
Yeah, he really moved it out there, was able to come away with a little something there. But we're seeing that work out really, really well for them. So we'll definitely get ready here in just a moment there, Stella. And right now I'm looking to see if any other drivers out there are getting ready. We're still in the hunt for Dylan Banks out there.
He's in Flatline Motorsports.
Yep. We'll get to him. All right, everybody, hold on a moment. Well, let's see if we can run these guys down. Alrighty, finally catching up with the 3rd place finisher here, the 48 Chevrolet of Dylan Banks. Man, you have been pretty much untouchable here the past few weeks. I noticed during practice you were one of the faster guys out here, and even during this race, what was the key to being that fast?
I don't know. I just like Iowa. Iowa's one of my best tracks, one of my favorite tracks we go to on the schedule. I just I feel like I have an edge compared to the other guys here. But yeah, I think it's honestly about saving that rear tire here. I mean, me and Kleba there at the end, before that caution came out, we were wrecking loose. It was just who can hold the throttle down longer, pretty much. But yeah, I love Iowa. It's always been a great track for me ever since the first time I touched this track. But yeah, sucks I didn't get to win tonight, but things happen.
If there was no caution at the end, what would you have had anything left for Kleba out there?
If it stayed green, I think it was gonna be a good battle between us, but um, I think I was faster than him. I saved a little bit better than him. I think I was faster than him. I caught up to him and was past him in 3 and 4. Barely got ahead of him. The caution came out. I think I would have cleared him in 3 and 4 right there. He put up a strong fight all night. He's really good. He's a really good person in general, and he's a great race car driver. Very respectful, very clean. Him and Tom both. But yeah, I think if this thing stayed green, I think I'm not gonna say I had it because I could have slipped up or whatever. Things happen. But I think I had a great chance right here to win it.
All right. Well, taking a look back at the final choice that was the biggest one here of the night, was it the right call for 4 tires? Tom Senchak only took 2 here.
Well, my teammate Josh, he took 2 earlier and was wrecking loose. So I didn't feel like being wrecking loose for 3 laps there on that stage. But I was wrecking loose for 4, so I think that was just me though oversending it, trying to get everything I could out of the car. Just trying to hold on for dear life. But looking back, obviously, yes, I wish I would have changed my mind and took 2. But the great thing about it is you live and you learn. Learn from your mistakes, move on, and try to get better what you do.
All right. Well, we are going to be moving on to New Hampshire. I don't know. I am not a huge fan of New Hampshire just by how flat it is. It requires so much more driver input and absolutely zero banking to help you. How do you kind of, set up for that track?
I haven't ran it much. I did some test laps there yesterday. I actually love flat tracks. Phoenix is my best track, for sure, not without a doubt. Phoenix is my best track. I feel like I'm honestly just best at flat tracks for some reason. I feel like I'm always been good at them, and I think that's what I'm best at. But I was loose. It's really loose at New Hampshire. And with the weather that we have here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's hot as crap and where everybody's wrecking loose. It's going to be a million cautions, I feel like. Not putting any offense on any of the guys here. It's just when it gets that hot, when that track's that hot, it's wrecking loose. I mean, we were wrecking loose here tonight, and it was, 80 degrees?
Yep.
So, yes, I think whoever can go out there and save that rear the best, I think is going to be in victory lane for the end of the night.
Alrighty. Shout out, Tom.
Shout out you guys, you and Stella. Y'all do an amazing job up in the booth every week. Couldn't do nothing without y'all. Shout out my teammates at Flatline Motorsports, Josh, Cody, Vinny, all the guys at Flatline. They do an incredible job week in and week out helping me, and they're always there for each other. Shout out my guy that does my paints, Chris Tinsley at Turns Out Productions. He's awesome, does a great job. And lastly but not least, shout out my man Jay up in the comment section. He is always there for me, and I love you, Jay. And sorry I couldn't get the win for you tonight, but we'll move on to New Hampshire and we'll see if we can't put it in victory lane there for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Jay will be pretty excited. I think you guys might be able to team up here in a little bit in another possible league. Dylan Banks, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, buddy.
I want to shout out Tom as well. Great job, buddy, and shout out Kleba.
Oh yeah. All right, Stella, that's going to do it for Dylan Banks. Moving on to Dustin Kleba. Nothing he should be hanging his head about, though, but it was still a hard battle out there. Dustin Kleba, lead, man, but man, just a 4-tire call here at the end. Would you have gone back and taken only 2?
Oh, obviously, yeah. We were just 1 lap short. I tossed it back and forth that entire lap before we came into pit. Yeah, I mean, I did a long run on 4 in practice, and then did 2 just to see how it feel, and it felt okay. It was just slow. So I knew if there was enough laps, there was no way I was going to be able to hold everybody off that took 4. And man, just 1 lap short. I think 1 more lap we could have gotten around Tom there, but he made a great call and obviously hit his marks and was able to stay in front there. So credit to him for doing a good job and hanging on to it.
Yeah, it looked as though when you were battling out there with him that he almost seemed like your car was started tightening up right there toward the end. It wasn't able to turn as hard as it looked like you wanted it to. Is it just from waiting the tires to kind of heat up and come to you, or was it just in kind of track conditions, or what was going on?
Yeah, if you watch kind of everybody's fastest laps, it's usually coming like lap 3 or 4. So it takes about that entire 3, 4 laps for them to come up to full temperature. So you're kind of battling there the first couple of laps to just try and get temperature. So he probably had a little bit of an advantage there. He had some heat in the left side, and I just tried to do everything I could to try and get some heat under the pace laps and just hit your marks. And we were close. He blew 1 and 2 about the same time that I was going to try and purposely blow 1 and 2 and try and get to his outside and hang on to the outside. But when he blew that corner, that kind of messed my plan, so I had to back it up, try and get to his inside, and then um, yeah, we just kind of over from there. I mean, I might have been able to get to his bumper in 3 and 4, but it's not really my style. Tom's a good dude. He's a real clean racer, so if I was gonna get around him, I was gonna do it the hard way. Um, I don't know, I'm probably too nice to people, but it's how I be.
No,
I was
that's not the hard way. That's the right way.
Well, little Rubbin's racing out there. You do want to bump him just a little bit, maybe say, "Hey, here I am," but you don't want to send him into the wall. Which I'm sure you saw mostly from your rear view mirror. But man, do you see how many people? It was almost like a overcorrection tonight of guys sliding, but then it would be all of a sudden the front tires would stick and it'd launch them into the wall.
Yeah, this track it's a really good showcase of how hard these things are to save. There's a huge bump in 1 and 2. If you hit that while you're full throttle, or if you have the perfect amount of turn into the wheel, or if you're crossing over from the bottom seam down to the bottom, I mean, it's almost impossible to save. So I think that's kind of what was happening tonight. It's these things just snap with the low profile tires. Once it gets onto the right rear, you try and save it, and then it just snaps completely to the right. So I think that was getting some guys, especially down in 1 and 2. If they'd hit that bump and they had somebody on their outside, there's not a whole lot you could do. So honestly, props to most people out there, though. This is a lot cleaner race than I was expecting. So a lot of side-by-side racing. I'm sitting in my chair sweating, so must have been a good race.
Yes.
All right. Shout out time, my man.
Yeah, for sure. Just shout out to family that watches every single week. Shout out to my very pregnant wife that lets me do this every Tuesday. Trying to get a win before we take a break here, but
How
we'll
soon?
2 weeks. So,
Oh,
yep,
oh
we
my.
got maybe next week, and after that, probably be
Touch
MIA
and
for
go.
a while. Yep, but no, obviously none of us out here can do it without our families watching. Of course, Venku for hopping on board with us, supporting us this year, both in the Truck Series and Cup Series, and CTI, of course. They're on board here tonight. Any audio video needs, we got you covered. So reach out, and of course, thanks to you guys up in the booth and bringing a good show to all the viewers out there.
All right,
All right.
appreciate you, buddy, and we'll see. Hopefully, you're able to show up next week in New Hampshire. That should be definitely an interesting race, especially right there toward the end.
How do you feel about Chicago Street?
Oh, I will not be there for that. I can
There
guarantee
you
it.
go. That's what I was thinking. I said, you can do New Hampshire, you can hit Nashville. Boom. July 9th, Chicago Street. Baby
Yep.
comes.
That's right. The due date is the 4th, so Chicago,
Ooh.
I for sure will not be there. But yeah, these next two I'm hoping to squeeze in. Man, it's I know the last time Gateway was rough and I was down, but man, it was fun racing these guys. Dylan did a great job. Dude is lightning quick. Happy he's racing for owner points, not driver points. Um, Obviously, Tom, you can never count him out no matter where he's sitting in the field. Josh was up there. Jacob is lights out as usual until he makes one tiny mistake. So,
Hmm.
yeah, just overall, good job to everybody else in the league tonight.
All righty. Congratulations on the second place finish there, Dustin, and we'll definitely have to see what you can do when you come back.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Alrighty, still getting ready to get this almost wrapped up, but first we're going to get a hold of Tom Senchak, who already has a fan out there of Blazing Fast TV saying Tom is the man. Also P4 for us and the P6 for Birdie. So not bad. It looks like already guys are rooting on Tom Senchak out there, which a two-tire call, buddy. I think this may have been the race that call was the right call. Anything you would have turned backwards and said, "Yo, I could have done better here."
Obviously not. No,
Yeah.
definitely not. No, that was terrifying, actually, to say the least. I didn't really exactly trust it, but I mean, if it didn't work and I finished back in like third or fourth anyway, then whatever. That's where I was going to be if it stayed green anyway. So, yeah, gave it a shot, and I was hoping a lot more people were to come down with me. Thankfully, Dakota did, my teammate, and he started behind me, so we were able to kind of clear the two cars going into one and just trying to hold them off from there. But it was fun.
Nice.
Man, dude. How
Second win this season.
Yeah.
Yes.
FYI.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty excited about that. Just on cruise control now, hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty firmly in there. So I'm just trying to get as many stage points and playoff points as we can.
How nervous were you tonight about Kleber or Banks reeling you in after the pit call?
Well, coming out of two on the white flag, I got loose coming out of two, and he got loose coming out of two. I think the reason he got loose is because he was going to shoot to the outside, but he saw me drifting up and then had to turn the wheel a little bit more to get to the inside and kind of lost a little bit. But once I knew that happened, I just needed to paint the line on 3 and 4 and just take the checker from there.
Yeah, man, dude. How does this race transfer over to New Hampshire? You know, seeing how this one played out tonight.
It's going to be different. It's going to be a lot more stabbing of the brakes, I would say, going into New Hampshire. Like not gentle on and coasting and then turning through the corner. It's going to be stabbing, rolling, off, then throttle. And, you know, the corners are pretty much flat there. So I think it's going to be the second lane, almost kind of like a diamond, like a natural diamond. So, yeah, no, it doesn't correlate at all in my eyes. So it'll be cool to go somewhere a little bit different.
Right.
Stella, what
Yeah,
are the
I
upcoming
was glad
races?
he clarified the stabbing part.
Gotta stab it. You gotta stab that brake. You gotta set that front nose.
There'll be a lot of stabbing, and I'm thinking, dang, this is getting
After the
risky
race,
out here.
I can't say what happens after the race. No. Temper flaring.
Yeah, well, you were kind of tumbling around in the back. Yeah, you thread the needle one time tonight. There were a lot of guys wrecking out here. And I would think most of it would be from the bumps from Iowa. And so even Vincent Arthur was saying, this rack and pinion steering. I know I'm going down. You know, what did you see most, you know, that caused the most trouble for guys out there tonight?
Too wide going into one with the person on the inside hitting that bump, especially on fresh tires. On restarts when people were side by side going into one, that bump upset the car on the inside and it pushed up. So the person on the outside had to know to give them a little bit of room. Or, I mean, they both would have been taken out pretty easily because of, you know, it just rides up and it goes into one car and then it pretty much dominoes from there back on out. It's not exactly a easy squeeze through coming out of two. It could really cause a big pile up there.
Man, oh man, oh man. Awesome job here tonight, man. I can't wait to see what you got it for us at New Hampshire. Go ahead and give me a shout out while I got you on here.
Yeah, shout out to Late Apex. We all had a pretty good race. Unfortunately, Kyle was really quick, but I think something happened there on one of those last cautions. But yeah, we got Dakota in fourth. Great race. He also took 2 tires. Bird came in sixth. We had a pretty good night as a team tonight. And shout out to you guys. Can't wait to watch the broadcast later. And shout out to everybody that was actually racing really, really clean. I mean, there was a few accidents, but they were just like overcorrections and, you know, coming out of two. But everybody raced really clean.
Yeah, a lot of the cautions were almost like single car cautions. So that's good.
On a tight track like this, it was really cool to see the respect given out there to everybody.
Yeah, and especially not causing any more damage than what was already happening. I believe over half your team was laps down at some point during this race. And they were able to boomerang back and come out with top 10s out here.
Yeah, we had to take the wave around when that caution came out when everybody pit before the second stage. But once we got that wave around and everybody started to settle in, we kind of found our speed and then everything rubbered up and we kind of just set sail from there.
All righty. Tom, congratulations on another win, my man. That Chevrolet was definitely fast tonight, and that 2-tire call is what sealed the deal. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, Stella, that's going to do it for us here tonight. What an interesting race this was, especially toward the end. I was expecting actually Kleba to get a little bit closer and Dylan Banks to come into play a lot as well. I didn't know if we were going to end up with a 3-wide finish there toward the end, but it definitely was a nail biter there, right, with about 5 to go.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I mean, we were looking at everybody had that power, and all of a sudden, Tom comes out of the blue. It was awesome. I was very surprised that they weren't, with the times they were putting down prior, weren't able to catch him. But he did a great job of blocking. He did a great job of keeping everybody behind him. And then we had the mystery contact between Dustin and Dylan, and I was just glad everybody got across the finish line.
Yeah, it looked like Dustin just tried to give it everything he had, and that thing just would not stick for anything out there. But man, oh man, awesome race this was here, especially this far toward the end. I can't wait to see what these guys have for us upcoming, which it will be at New Hampshire. Stella, that was actually where we set a record, one of my personal records I've seen.
Yours.
The 32 cautions. We're going to pray that doesn't happen. Where we ran, I think it was 140 some odd laps under caution. That was disgusting. But seeing we're here with the National Oval Racing Association, I can guarantee you we'll probably see racing much, much better than that. But until next time, and until we get back here, Stella, we're heading to Bandit actually tomorrow for Sonoma.
Tomorrow?
That's going to be so you better rest up and get ready for that one.
But don't forget, we see NORA on Monday next week and Tuesday. We have a special on Monday.
What are we doing?
You tell me.
Is this Indy racing?
It is. First time I've never even seen one.
All right, so I better get that tower ready. That way we're Indy style. And then that way we are going to be locked and loaded for that one. I should be ready. I think we got a few more kinks to work out. Appreciate you guys hanging out through that kink that we had earlier. But until next time, be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see you guys at the next broadcast. Take it easy.
Yeah.